Hi there, Serial Trader here. Let's have a quick look at weed and another intense day, certainly intraday. We had a huge range, a high of $72, a low of $59.70, and yeah, just extremely volatile. Now, we actually put in a bearish engulfing candlestick on the daily chart. We also failed to make a new high, which would have been above 74.45. So we failed to make a new high. Definitely finding some resistance up here at these higher levels, at least as of today. I mean, we went from having a very, very positive day, up very strong, and now we actually closed on a closing basis down almost 5%. And intraday was down significantly more than that even. And again, bearish engulfing candlestick, engulfing yesterday's real body there. Basically closing slightly below the T line. Although if I just show you on CGC quickly, we basically closed right on the T line. So a small difference there. But really not a big deal. Still the same message. Still a bearish engulfing on CGC as well. Although also a long lower shadow on that candlestick. So rejecting the lower prices intraday. Go back to weed here. Also this channel, okay, so this corrective channel that we'd broken out of, which I'm still going to call the end of this minor wave 4, as long as as long as it holds. You'd think it would hold, but with this kind of movement, there's certainly no guarantees. But yeah, nice to see it basically come down, test top of that channel, find support, where obviously when we were in the channel, that upper line provided resistance. What else can I remark here? We'll have to go in closer for more details at this point. Okay, yeah, let's go to maybe the 15-minute price chart. That should give us enough detail. Okay, so short term for a wave count, since we came down enough that we actually overlapped with this high here, I'm going to have to reorient this wave count a little bit. And there's a couple places where you could, place the pivots, but this will work. It's simple enough. So we could work that we have a 1 up, 2 down. We had our third wave, which was the longest wave, which you would expect. Then we had this fourth wave pullback. And then we had our final fifth wave up. And at this point, I'll just point out that we came down. Let's do some Fibonacci work here. So if we have a completed sequence, hang on. Completed sequence. So from the bottom to the high, do a fib pull. And where does that put us? Try to get this thing to snap on me here. Okay. So we basically put in a near perfect 618 retracement of this initial move up. So we could certainly get a very sharp ABC out of this move. And this was moving very, very quickly. Good for day trading, but not much else at this point with this kind of volatility. Unless you're really, really on the ball. Okay, get rid of that. So yeah, you can make a nice little ABC here, 618 retracement, and if that's the case, we have a 5 up and a 3 down. We would expect another 5 up, so we'd expect the sequence to continue. So maybe for a larger wave count, we got maybe a larger degree 1 up. This is a 2 down. Now we'll need a 3 up, and then I'll just put the 4 or 5 over here off to the side since we don't need to deal with those just yet. So this overall minor wave 5, okay, of intermediate wave 3, we could be subdividing in this fifth wave, and it could actually develop more complexly than just a simple 5 up. We might need a 5 up, a 3 down, another 5 up, another 3 down, and then another 5 up. So it might really go strong here. We'll have to see. Just doing one wave structure at a time. I'm not going to get too far ahead of ourselves here, but definitely so far it looks like we have a 5 up off the bottom, 3 down. I like the 618 retracement. I like that we started coming off that quite strongly towards the end of the day. So if you are long stock at this point, that's probably a good pivot to put your stop at, just below that 618, well, just below the actual level, which was 59.70. If you want a looser stop, if you are long here, put it below this pivot here at 52.80, so just below 52.80. That'd be a looser stop if you want to give this thing a chance. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing here at the moment. Even with all this extreme volatility, we are still forming some discernible patterns. So everything's still working, but you just really got to be on the ball if you're actually trying to trade this stuff. Okay, we'll go to the daily, or I should say, sorry, go to the weekly. I think there's something I want to point out there. So just getting real close on the weekly. So we had the potential bearish engulfing candlestick last week, but now I think today we went as high as 72. Last week we went as high as 70.18. So we took out the high of the bearish engulfing candlestick, which actually negates the signal of the bearish engulfing candlestick. So in that sense, the weekly bearish signal has been neutralized. But that's kind of funny because now we actually have a daily bearish signal with this bearish engulfing. Although certainly a little diminished, pivoting off the 618, basically closing at the T line and having this long lower shadow. That diminishes the bearish engulfing. And still not have to give the benefit of the doubt to the upside here unless we can really, to me, breaking this low here at 52.80, that would open the door to, further bearishness, although it's difficult to see how much lower it would go past that because we do have that fundamental deal price at 48.60, which isn't a whole lot below 52.80, and that should provide kind of a floor, one would think. And also we have the previous high here at 48.72, basically the same level as the deal price. So if that were to become support where it was formerly resistance, that would still be overall bullish development on this chart. But I mean, from current levels, it's still a pretty big decline to get there. Anyway, it should be interesting to watch this progress. Still, if you are trading this, still favor a bullish bias, but be very careful, be disciplined, and if you catch a good move, take the profits quickly because they don't stick around too long in this kind of volatility. All right, Serial Trader signing off.